How do you plant and care for your sweet potatoes so that you are able to harvest bumper harvest? Where do sweet potatoes grow? Do they grow anywhere in the world, or are you able to produce more because you grow sweet potatoes in the place where they are supposed to grow? These are some of the questions that I get asked whenever people see photos of some of the sweet potatoes that I have grown. I'm actually going to have a series of episodes over the coming weeks and coming months where I'll be sharing information with you on how to grow sweet potatoes in different parts of the world. And for the episodes which I'll share, it will be how to grow sweet potatoes in Kenya and also in Canada. In Canada, in Zone 3. I single out Zone 3 because it's a very cold area where the crop cultivation season is very short, 5 to 6 months. So in the series of videos, I'll be showing you how I grow sweet potatoes in the two places. We'll start from land preparation to planting to providing care all the way to harvest. And even later on, we can move on to recipes and see how do we prepare and eat these sweet potatoes. In Canada right now, we are in the crop cultivation season. So I'm going to show you what's happening when it comes to my sweet potatoes. And to be able to show you the journey, I'll take you back to 2024 because that's the time when I started the sweet potatoes that I'll be talking about in 2025. And while we are doing that, often I'll be taking you to Kenya where I grew sweet potatoes in 2023 so that I can also show you the whole process of growing sweet potatoes. And in the process, we'll be comparing and contrasting with how it's done in Canada. So without getting into too many details about sweet potatoes, let's get doing. So welcome to a video I recorded in 2024 so as to show you where the sweet potatoes that I'll be caring for in 2025, the journey that they have taken. So welcome to the first video where I show you how I start sweet potato growing in Canada. And that's in Zone 3. So thank you and welcome. Is there a farming skill that you learned late in life and you've not stopped thinking about it, marveling about it, or questioning it? That's me. Not too long ago, few months ago, after I returned from Kenya where I had planted close to a sixth of an acre with sweet potatoes and harvested and enjoying eating them. So when I came back to Canada, I was like, I need to continue eating sweet potatoes. And that was when I started researching on how to plant sweet potatoes. And surprise, today I'm going to show you because what I learned, what I found out is more than 60-70% different from the way we do it in Kenya. So yeah, let's start. As you can see, I have this nice transparent container, and I went to the store and got soil. Yeah, let me fill my container with soil. Not fill it because what I learned from online, I'm not going to fill it fully, maybe halfway. So have you ever planted sweet potatoes? How did you do it? After I show you how I'm starting my sweet potatoes in Canada, I'll show you later on, once we finish doing this, I'll show you how I planted sweet potatoes in Kenya. And click on subscribe and like the video. Subscribe so that you can continue learning or witnessing as we grow the sweet potatoes in Canada, because I'll be updating you at every stage of the growing of the sweet potatoes, and also contrasting that or sharing information on how I did it in Kenya. So we are going to go through the next 5 months talking about this. Every time there's a change in the process, that's for example when they germinate, then I'll record another video showing you that. What I've noticed is that this starting soil is a bit dry, so I'm going to add some water and mix the soil. And what I use is tap water, which I have boiled. Okay, so let's add water and mix the soil so that we get it ready for planting. I think I need more water. Okay, so I've mixed up our soil. It's the right consistency. We don't want it to be too wet or too dry. Too wet means that the sweet potatoes will rot, and we don't want them to do that. What I'm looking forward to is to harvest delicious sweet potatoes. I'm calling them delicious because the picture I have in mind is the type of sweet potatoes that I planted in Kenya, and sometimes I used to eat them with my salad, a vegetable salad harvested from the garden. You know, like in less than an hour, I could go to the garden, pick lettuce, herbs like which ones? Parsley. I could pick tomatoes or get ripe tomatoes. Pick an avocado because we have an avocado tree. Pick an avocado, mix up with some pepper and carrots, and then chop like one boiled sweet potato, and you add it to your vegetable salad. And I'm telling you, nothing comes close to that. So I have this dream of making a salad, and I can already taste the one of Kenya, which is still in my mind. So that's part of the reason why I decided to plant the sweet potatoes. So next, let me get the sweet potatoes so that we can get planting. Now I have the sweet potatoes. As you can see, I have one which is red on the outside and one which is creamish on the outside, and I think it's also cream on the inside. This other one, I don't know what color it could be on the inside. Am I allowed to poke it? Okay, it's also cream. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell because like in Kenya, there are some sweet potatoes that are red on the outside, but then they are white on the inside, and some of them which are red on the outside are maroon on the inside. So that's why I was like not so sure. And some of the creamish ones on the inside can sometimes be white on the inside. So it's hard to tell, but this red one is the one. Usually in the stores, it's labeled as a Japanese yam or Japanese sweet potato. Yeah, so I decided to get different ones. I got 4 sweet potatoes. I'm not going to plant all of them for now, partly because the container is not big enough to take 4 of them of this size. They did not have smaller ones because I was looking for something of this shape, long enough and thin enough. But then, for example, for the red ones, this is all that they had. You know, they had those round big ones, so this was like the longest and the thinnest that they had. So that's how I picked them. Before I planted them, what I did was I gave them a wash. I just washed them with water on the outside because I was like, have they been sprayed? Because these are the regular ones sold at the store for eating. And what I'm planning to do, because I got these two from one grocery store, I plan to go to a different grocery store and buy others, so that I increase the diversity of the sweet potatoes. Because if they are, all of them are from one store, the chances that they came from one specific farm are very high. So that's why I would like to distribute them from different stores and see how they perform. I washed them in case they were sprayed before being taken to the store, because there are some items which are sprayed so that they don't start growing. But I hope these ones are going to grow. It will be sad if they rot, but no, I know they are going to grow because I've watched other people plant the same, and they grow. Yeah, so I'm going to plant these two in this container. I was trying to see how I'm going to fit this one. From what I saw, I'm supposed to plant half of it into the soil and leave half of it outside. Yeah, that's one of the big surprises that I encountered. Later on, I'll be showing you how I planted sweet potatoes in Kenya, so for you to understand why I got so surprised with this system. So I think this is what I saw when I researched. I think the next lot that I'm going to plant in a different container, I'm going to fully submerge the potato inside the soil, just to try and understand why do they do it this way, like covering only half of it and leaving the other half. So in case you know the reason why it's done this way, please comment below so that we can get to learn different ways of planting sweet potatoes. And while you are commenting there, remember to click like and also subscribe to stay informed every time when I record a video, which I do quite often. Whenever I am doing something which is new or which I feel that will benefit most of you, then I record. And the only way for you to know that I have a new video is if you subscribe. And also, if you like what I'm doing, going through this process of planting sweet potatoes, then please like the video so that it can be shown to more people. Okay, so we continue with the planting. I guess this is deep enough, so I'll return part of the soil. And what I'm doing is making sure that the sweet potato is not touching the plastic container on that end. That's why I'm adding soil, or I could push it upwards. Yeah. So I'll return a bit of the soil. Come with me on this journey, because I'm not able to guess or to tell you what's going to happen here. So if you subscribe, then you're going to be part of the people helping me or joining me, witnessing what's going to happen here. Okay, so they are submerged, not fully, just halfway, and I guess they are good to go. So next, let me get the cover and show you what we are going to do. Okay, now we've come to the end of my sweet potato planting. Should I call it planting season? But we finished planting our 2 sweet potatoes, and come with me on this journey until we harvest sweet potatoes, not these 2 sweet potatoes, but until we harvest sweet potatoes from a farm, from a garden where I'll be planting many of them, until we bring them home in the summer and cook them. I'm as excited as you are about planting these sweet potatoes. We don't know what's going to happen, but we live on hope, so let's do it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to close the top, but not fully. I've left one side not fully closed for air circulation. So what we would like to achieve is to have the container warm enough, so that as evaporation is taking place, then it hits the top and goes back to keep the soil and the sweet potatoes warm enough to grow. But we don't want to suffocate them. We still would like fresh air to circulate, so that's why I'm not closing all the 4 sides. This side is going to stay a little bit open for air circulation. In the meanwhile, I'll take a moment and tell you about myself, who I am and what I do. So come along with me. Greetings and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eileen, an author of 15 books, fiction and non-fiction. I come here to share information about what I'm doing to continue staying healthy and wealthy. So come along with me, especially if you're in your 40s, your 50s and beyond, and learn about the food choices that I'm making. I'll take you along to the grocery stores where I get the foods from. And during the food cultivation season, I take you along to my urban garden because I grow food in my city. Once I have all the food items together, you will come along with me to my kitchen so that you can learn about my recipes. In doing all this, I don't forget about my loved ones. So I'll share with you strategies on how I stay in touch and how we continue to provide for our elderly parent from afar, remotely, sometimes from thousands of kilometers away. And as the sun sets, you'll come along with me to my writing desk so that you can learn about my writing strategy, how I write and what I write about. So if any of these items that I talk about and do is of interest to you, that's food choices, grocery shopping, gardening, providing care to elderly parents, and also writing books, then come along with me, subscribe so that you can continue learning while I do. Thank you for coming this far with me. If you've learned something from today's episode, then I encourage you to click the subscribe button and also ring that bell so that you keep on receiving information whenever I publish a new post. And also, if you learned something, please comment below so that we can get the conversation going. So until the next episode, I encourage you to click here and watch the video that I've put for you here, how I planted sweet potatoes in Kenya. So stay tuned for that. Now I'm off to go and record the next video for you. So it's a goodbye from me and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.